Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And here we are for our end of week wrap up. And while it looks like we had some type of action overnight, I'm waking up to seeing this going on right here. It looks like we had ourselves a double bottom down on the XRP price chart right around 17.8 cents, but have since bounced our way off of there back up to 18.68 cents. So we're going to let that play out for a little while. Who knows, maybe by the time I upload this, we'll have some more price action going on here, but it's nice to see a nice big engulfing candle on the hourly time frame getting us off of those lows. So very good. That does mean there is a support right there since this is a double bottom bounce off the bottom. That is a great thing to see. We'll go ahead and dive into these charts for the day, kind of take a look at how the week wrapped up. I have set the rest of this video to be advertisement free, so it will not be interrupted in the middle with advertisements. If you decide that you would like to support the channel, please take a look at the link in the description of this video to Unstoppable Domains, which is a member of the Open Payments Coalition for PayID. There will be a day where our public keys are replaced by PayIDs and where you'll be able to have one unique domain address to have all your assets sent to. I was peeking around on there today. I was easily able to find a lot of big names such as Empire Strikes Back, The Shining, Toy Story 3, Stretch Armstrong, Green Apples, Fruit Punch, and Inspector Gadget. So they're still out there. You can find them. Check out the link in the description. Otherwise, let's dive into the charts. In the last few hours, XRP has had a pretty big push up. So we actually have a pretty nice bullish engulfing candle. We can see that we did actually find resistance on the 200-hour moving average. So we did get stopped out right there. However, with how bullish this engulfing candle is, I'm expecting that we're just doing a little bit of consolidation here and then we'll break right on through it because this did completely engulf several days. What is this? 2 days worth of candles right here, just in one big one. And you call it engulfing too, and it's especially bullish when you see that it closed right here near the top of the candle. So really the whole thing was just incredibly bullish, and now we're seeing some consolidation. I expect that it will continue its way up. The price level that I'm actually looking to get to in the short-term time frame is going to be getting right up to around 20 cents. Maybe not quite 20 cents, but right up here near this level right here. So that's where I'm trying to get us to. At least that's where, obviously I don't have the ability to do it, but that's where I'm hoping that we get to right there, and we can even consolidate there for a while. You may not like to hear this, but it would be okay if it's still like consolidated there for a week or two. I know that's not like the most opportune thing to hear. We all want it right now. But even if it did stop here, consolidate for a week, and just kind of pull back and fade before it ended up continuing higher, that would be okay. But first things first, let's get out from away from the 17.5 stuff and let's get back up near that 20 stuff. And then once we hang out there, we can prepare for our next move up. The big resistance, obviously, that we've been talking about for quite a while is getting above that 200-day moving average, which is going to be at 21 cents. So we want to see a candle close much higher than 21 cents. So I'm looking for something, even if it just comes in and touches this high right over here that we set back in April. If we just get up into this region, 23, 24 cents, it's welcome to come back and do itself a little bit of a back test and consolidate before the next move up. But in order for us to be incredibly bullish and get really excited, it's once we take out this level. So it's at 21 cents. And of course, we're not looking for like 21.2 or 21.3. We're looking for a clear break and close above it. So the candle needs for the, when the price action happens, we get through it, get up into here, in your 22 or 23. And then when the day ends, the candle will close with the closing price being up in this region between 22 and 24. Then it's welcome to spend its time coming back and really kind of messing around here before it makes its next move up. But we've talked about that before. That's the big key level. It's at 21 cents. If you are just hanging out one day, you wake up, you look at your phone, it says 23, remind yourself, whoa, that's above 21. That's a big deal. Let's peek around and see what's going on because that is the big price level. I'm not expecting it relatively soon, like in the short-term time frame. What we're really looking for in the short-term time frame is between 19.5 and 20 cents. But then we'll consolidate and take a stab at it. As for the total market cap for the altcoins, we've talked about this in the past, but we need to talk about it again, is that we're getting right here into this 0.702 retracement. We cannot definitively say that this market is bullish yet until this whole area clears. In any type of normal trending market, so if you're trending in a downward direction, you have your retraces and you just keep going. And typically, a retrace is going to be something that looks like this. You measure the previous high to the new low, and then this is called your retracement. And then you continue down on your next leg. So then you come down here and you measure, well, how big was this move down, right? So then you come back and you say, okay, let's check out where are the retracement levels. Well, here's the retracement levels. You can never say that it's actually out of the trend downward until something happens that takes out that retracement level. So in this circumstance right here, we look at this one, we say, okay, well, here we are. This is where things usually retrace to, but it got above it and it broke out above. Now see, it's normal for it to actually come back because now we've set a new higher high, but now we'll come in and we'll set a higher low. So just because it clears the retracement level doesn't necessarily mean it's going straight to the moon at that time, but it does mean we've broken out of the downtrend. So when we look over here at the total altcoin market cap right now, we are still in a retracement level. So in order for this thing to not roll over, we need to see that this level is going to get cleared. If this level right here can get cleared, and if we can take out, the first key number is going to be about 93 billion. Then if we could take out 100 billion, we're welcome to go on and set some new highs. Then it's very clear and it's very obvious that we have broken out of the downtrend. And of course, we'll get some type of pullback that will scare people, but that would be fine and that would be normal. So right now, the big key sign is seeing that we can get beyond this being a retracement and set ourselves a higher high and get out of this lower low, lower high, lower low trend. So all eyes are on this level and clearing this, because getting out of here sets us up for a very, very good chance that we'll go in and set a higher high. Something that leaves me optimistic about this particular retracement that we have is we don't actually have greed. In the past, whenever we have these retracements, in particular, the last real big one was back in, February and March area, we did reach into greed within the cryptocurrency market. We've remained in fear. So when you have fear, you have people who are still selling, people who are scared to be buyers, and people who are sitting on the sidelines. So it's not like we have euphoric buying going into this retracement level, which is a really good sign. Usually the market doesn't allow most people to be able to sell tops. Usually it's going to wrong foot them. So when you have so many people who are in fear right now and have been in fear for a long time, they're not exactly excited to be buying right now, and that's a good thing. So we haven't reached a price level to completely draw them all in with extreme greed yet, and that's something different from this retracement than what we've seen in the past. In the past, we did reach into greed in those retracements. This is the first one where we haven't reached into greed in the retracement. As for the Bitcoin dominance, you can see that we are still fading away from the trend line. So Bitcoin over the last several months since February has broken down this trend and has now back tested it here in the middle of June, and we're starting to fade away from this. So we're waiting for Bitcoin dominance to actually take a really big fall on itself. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because they love Bitcoin, and I can understand that, but you also have to understand that the Bitcoin dominance has regained a lot of its market share during the bear market. I'm expecting that the Bitcoin dominance actually needs to drastically cool off, and I really actually expect it to go down to 15%. Now, I do own some Bitcoin. That's not exactly great for Bitcoin, but, with my analysis of this, I've made the decision that the smarter play right now is to be in the altcoins. I don't know if every single one of the altcoins are going to go in a bull run. We've seen previous altcoin mid-cycle bull runs where some things take off and some things don't. So I'm heavily into the ones that I think are going to do very well, including XRP, and I do own quite a bit of Cardano as well. Not nearly as much as XRP, but I do own Cardano. And once the Bitcoin dominance starts to cool off and the pricing becomes attractive in relation to its market cap, in relation to the altcoin markets, then I'd be more than happy to swap some of my altcoins back into Bitcoin when Bitcoin is more fair valued for the whole cryptocurrency market. Right now, in relation to the whole crypto market, Bitcoin is expensive. And I'm not just talking because it's $9,000 and you may perceive $9,000 as being a lot of money. It's just expensive. It takes the most market share. The altcoins are significantly undervalued in relation to the whole market, and Bitcoin is incredibly overvalued, being at 64, 65% of the actual market. When Bitcoin gets down to 15, 20, 25% of the market, I would consider that to be a fair value that I would be considering purchasing. And I'd purchase it by taking some of my altcoins and swapping them into Bitcoin at that time. But that time isn't today, and we're waiting for that time to come. But I feel like we're starting to see the early signs of that with this breakdown. Now, this is a small breakdown. We're looking at only between February and June. So this is 4 months. When the altcoin season started back in 2017, this dominance pretty much took a straight line down. So that's what we're waiting for. It's kind of like we're creeping over here to the edge of a cliff, and then by the time it starts to really start to take off, we'll all know it's alt season. I won't have to come on here and say, hey guys, alt season is starting. We will know at the time. Speaking of Bitcoin, there haven't been any drastic moves to talk about or to say what's new. You guys know how I feel. Either this thing is going to actually completely break out, or it's going to have some type of a long squeeze. So we're just waiting on whether or not it's going to choose one or the other, and whether or not the altcoins will be affected if there is an actual long squeeze. But all my eyes are on XRP right now because this incredibly bullish candle right here has caught my eyes and my attention. So I'm going to be watching this for the rest of the day, looking for some bigger moves up. If we have any bigger moves, of course, you would see me posting over here on my Twitter at bcbacker. Once again, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the affiliate link to Unstoppable Domains in the description of this video. Like I showed you earlier, there's still several domains that are available, and it did not take long to find these. But that's going to be it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. Please like this video and give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And please hit that notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.